I came upon a video this morning talking about people renting pods. In America, we're not pod racers. We actually just live in a pod. And for $700, I guess, you too can have a 6x4 box to live in. We have upgraded from a cardboard box to basically a wooden box, a coffin, but in a building with about 24 other people. Check it out.
So these are the pods. They're essentially like a decked out bed, a place that is very private. Once you close the curtain, it's like your own little space. And these pods are 8 feet tall, 6.5 feet long, and 3.5 feet wide. And then each individual pod is 4 feet tall, of course.
And after seeing this, my first thought was, you may be an American, but America isn't for you. This is not your country. You might have the ID, the passport, the birth certificate, but these days, you are countryless. You don't have one anymore. These people coming from overseas come with far more benefits than you, far more support. They're coming over with families, a support system, people who have businesses already, and people of their own race and culture who are going to hire them before you. And these people are going to be able to live in an actual house. Well, you're in a little box with 24 other people, because when they come over with their families, siblings, brothers, parents, they can all split the cost of a house. Sadly, we don't have that luxury as Americans because we're too independent. We don't want to live with family members, with our parents. We get kicked out when we're 18 and they say, hey, time to fend for yourself, you're on your own. But other cultures, these families live together and they support one another. Good luck getting that as an American born person, especially if you're a white American born. We're all about even more independence from our families, at the detriment of the young and the old, because we just put our old into a care facility at thousands upon thousands of dollars a month instead of taking care of them. So we're not taking care of our old, and they taking care of the young, or at least after you're 18. And another point is, in their country, they can go to college for far cheaper. They can come here and they can work $18, $20, below 18 per hour. They can live with their family members, save up money, and when they go back home, that's their retirement. They've got it all set because they can come here, no problem, because we're an open country. Where do you get to go? What country is as open and free to come to as America? I think you'll find it difficult to find another country as accepting and welcoming as we are to foreigners. So when you go to leave, say you want to go to a place that's cheaper, you're going to be trying to get a visa, you're going to have work set up, or you're going to have a ton of money in the bank. And I don't think many of us have that money in the bank just sitting around, or able to save it in order to get out of here later. A lot of people, I talk with them all the time, they're like, yeah, I'm just here, I'm working at 7-Eleven, I'm working construction, you know, under the table, and I've already got a house or two in Mexico or in India. And, you know, they're here working dirt cheap packing people into a house all together and just saving up that money, just waiting to go back home. Well, I don't have another country to go to. I don't have another place to go that's cheaper. And I'm guessing neither do you. So is our future living in a car or living in a tiny box with a ton of other people? And zero chance you're having a family if you're living in a tiny box. That ain't happening. There ain't no future in that. Which makes me think, what is the future here? What do we have? I don't know. So I'm not naive. I know that we need a ton of immigrants here to do a lot of jobs. Frankly, a lot of lazy Americans don't want to do because of the low pay. But the problem is, the pay shouldn't be low for a lot of these jobs. They should be livable wages. It's just that the people coming in are doing them for cheap. So why wouldn't the business pay them less money? It just makes sense. The thing is, people come in, they should be committing to America, wanting to stay here for the long term and become citizens, or at least, well, no, they should just become citizens and rescind the country that they came from. They should just become full-blown Americans, and maybe there's a process to get to that point. Not to just come here, live all together, 10 people in a house, be able to take these jobs making far less than a livable wage, and then bringing down wages for everyone. Come here, learn the language, work towards becoming a citizen, and don't plan on going back, because everyone's here can make less money, less than a livable wage in America, and still buy those houses in other countries and undercut the Americans population so that we can't actually buy a house. I think that's just the main problem, is they're undercutting the wages. And if they wanted to stay here and they demanded more money, kudos to them, because you know what? That's a win for everybody. The American citizen, the immigrants coming in, we all deserve to make enough money to actually live here and thrive. And not that I want to create a negative video today, it's just that after seeing this, it really got to me, and I might have just like triggered a bunch of emotions, because we're not even able to afford an apartment or a condo in a lot of places, especially in the cities where the jobs are. So if you're going to school or you have a job, you're gonna have to probably make some major downgrades to your living and your quality of life. And if you're in a little pod, you know, where do you put your bike? Where do you put your clothes? Where do you put your stuff? A pet. You can't have a stereo system. It's like you gotta live in silence and with strangers. And what if there's someone living with you that snores all night, and now you just gotta deal with it? It's a real shame. And it makes me sad that this is the level that we're getting to after our forefathers and the people that created this country. It was about the American dream, a better quality of life than what we came from, and it's all just disintegrating. For what? So we can be the world's savior go to every single war, be involved in every conflict at the cost of the American citizen, at the cost of us, the taxpayers. It's nuts. And let's see if I can get over this fence. Oh. Without dying. Oh yeah. Boom. That was about ready to just topple over. And so I'm going to leave you with this. Are we truly free right now in this day and age? We can't make enough money to escape. We can't make enough money to stay. We're stuck in limbo and nowhere to go. Our country's abandoned us to slavery, to servitude, to working away 40 plus hours a week with our regular job, with gig work, and the side hustle economy. And not even able to afford an apartment, a structure with a bedroom, a kitchen, a bathroom, just a toilet. All of it private, just for you. An extra space, maybe for a child. An extra space and the ability to have a pet. It's all been stolen. And what do we do about it? How do we take back what is rightfully ours? That's one thing I would be thinking about. Where can we go? What can we do? Obviously, it has to be within America for a majority of us. At least for me, because there is no getting out. If I left this country, which I couldn't because I don't have the income for them to give me a long-term visa, and I'd have to have a job in that country to go long-term, which I'm sure their citizens of all the countries that you would want to go are in the same boat. And then you go and you're working those jobs and you're joining their quality of life, which probably is worse off than ours. Hence the reason so many of them want to come to America. For a slight improvement on the quality of life, and then also to make money so that way they can go back to their country and live that dream. But what's your dream? And is it attainable? Signing out.
And if you were lucky to find an apartment currently, well, there's only so many people who can afford that apartment.